Well, I think this is the tractor that I should have been at a couple days ago. Um, I pretty much worked all weekend, what a job it is to do a front structure on a ISX Cummins. So I got that one done Sunday about 3 o'clock and went home and tried to go see my mom for a while. And they called me this one on Saturday morning. I said it's going to be a couple days before I can get here, but I think this is the one. They got two of these. Hang on a second. Let me stay here, Joes. Let me get my pups out here. Oh, stretch it out. Stretch it out. Big stretches. Come here, Bubba. Okay. So, the swathers, I think, are done on this ranch. I think we got them through the season. As far as I can tell driving around here when I was coming out to this tractor, it looks like everything's down. Everything's cut. Let's see if I got the right machine here. I gotta get a screwdriver. And I got a 7330 that's throwing turbo actuator faults and some other faults I still haven't gone. That's another one that I got called on a couple days ago and I just haven't had time to get to it. Then I ordered some shims for a 75 Challenger to... Oh yeah, this is the one. I can see the green interface right here. Oh, look at that. That's nice, huh? That is nice. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Just a junky split. What'd they do? Try to glue it or some shit? What the hell's this? Yeah, that's not gonna do anything, guys. So I need a coolant overflow tank for this, obviously. No. He said it was overheating, but I mean, it's probably not going to hold any pressure on the coolant system with the crack in the tank, I would think. Alright, so what do you got to do? Take all this shit off of here? I'm not the well-versed in the New Holland T5 area. I had a customer with a T4 110 and his kid's kind of taken over his whole thing, and his kid, everybody else is, I'm a no good son of a bitch and I don't know nothing, so everybody else gets to work on that, and that's what's fine. Whatever. Another 20-year-old kid that's never done a fucking thing that's gonna tell you that you don't know anything. What the hell? They went clear to the barn. Josie! She went clear to the barn. They've been over here so much they think this is their second home. Okay. Do the other side, maybe? And maybe we'll run out and find that 7330. Anyways, that 75 Challenger, I ordered shim kits for the tracks. I second date them because they were in Illinois. They never showed up. They should have been there Thursday to Cat in Redding. And then they should have from Redding to McDowell should have been a day. Never saw them, so I don't know. I gotta give those guys a call when they open up down there in Redding and say, where's that stuff at? Guys trying to get this fall farming done before the snow flies, so we're trying to get on that. Okay, Okay, so what else is holding this thing on there? This little bracket. Oh, it's got a bolt in the center too. Okay, 10 millimeter. Oh, it's a nice brisk morning. It's about 37 degrees. It's wonderful. I mean, I like this area. That's, you know, it can get cold. I mean, some winters, we've had winters where we've gotten what we call a cold snap, where we get like 25 below zero, and it'll stay that way for about a week. But that's like that happens, I don't know. It hasn't happened in 4 or 5 years. But most of the time it's, I don't know. Probably ranges from anywhere from, I don't know, stays at like 20, you know, in the winter time. 20 degrees and on the coldest part of the day. And it's not too awful bad. Okay, where are we at next? We gotta get this. There's a bolt right there holding it. Gotta get these hoses off. Well, we just take the cap off, I guess. Like that, maybe? Let me get an extension. Okay, climb up on the thing here, see if we can see what we're. Get this little thing here loose. Shoot, that's the wrong tool for that. That is the wrong toolage. Then the actual hose down here. And it's got a bolt on this end too, on the tank. Don't really have to work on these tractors too much. They've really been trouble-free pretty much. I will say that. You know, there's a lot of die-hard John Deere guys out in this part of the country, but I have to say, I think on the newer tractors, I think that New Holland makes a better machine. I really do. Seems to have way less trouble with them, but I've seen a few people that have had some big problems with the New Hollands too, but this freaking hose off of here. There it goes. Not the easiest thing to get that off. Alright. I think what I can do is just get my 10mm gear wrench and get that one off and get that one off. And I'll have to just head out of here and go find. Well, I better get the serial number off this thing. And I don't know. Probably got to get the serial number off of it. Oh, where's the 10mm in this freaking mess at? It's amazing that I can find anything, isn't it? Disorganized grab-asset piece of amphibian shit, as old Arlie Army would say. I think that 7330's over there at the Strawberry pulling drip tape. I think I saw it on this road over there the other day. They had a tape reel on it pulling the drip tape out of the field. Down here. Tight fit in there. I'll just put these back. Oh, the tank started, so I'll just. Okay. He said something about it overheating, but I mean, it's probably overheated because I'm guessing because it's kind of hard to test it when there's a big crack in the tank, and you know the coolant system's not going to hold any pressure. Plastic shit. It's like that, you know, it's like I worked on that newer W900, that one guy's, and what a stark contrast between the 2000, shit, just the 2000, I think that one's a 2011 or 12, and an older one like that 379 with the ISX CMA70 in it, because that old ISX, that old Peterbilt 379 had a steel tank for an overflow tank, and then, you know, everything else is switched to that plastic shit now. But well, let's go to the 7330. I can't really do nothing with this till we get a darn tank on it. Well, I went to the 7330 and just too many people around. I walked up on this tractor, guys, and there's like 15-20 tractors there because they're harvesting and they're all hooked to strawberry diggers, and this one had a drip tape puller on it. Anyway, the guy was sitting there washing the tractor off with the water truck. They wash all these tractors and all this equipment off during strawberry harvest because they're scared of disease getting in the field, so they have Clorox in there. So anyways, I walk up on this tractor, this guy's sitting there washing it, and I would just walk up on the driver's side of it, and the fuel, you know how big the fuel cap is on a John Deere tractor 7330. I mean, it's like a good 3 or 4 inch hole, and the fuel cap's gone. He's sitting there washing it with Clorox. I'm going, hey, you're getting water and Clorox in your fuel tank. Your fuel cap's gone there. Oh, I didn't see that. Anyway, I did some diagnosis on that. Had a park lock pressure sensor code, so the first thing I did was unplug the pressure sensor. And you can sit there and follow all that John Deere service literature all you want, but the easiest way to do it is get into PLC address 12, and it tells you what the voltage is of the sensor. So what you can do is, first thing you check, make sure you got 12-volt reference. The second thing to check, see if you've got signal return, which is ground, and then take your 5-volt reference and just put a jumper wire between that and the signal line, and you should be reading 5 volts back at the control panel on address PLC 12. And then you can, if you have that, if that's good, that verifies those 2 wires. And then if you take a wire and just, what I do is I just jump the signal wire, or not the signal wire, but the 5-volt reference. I just jump it to the signal return, and then it'll throw a code in the cab for sorted low, and that verifies that wire. So then you know your wires are good. So then you got to verify on the park lock. It takes hydraulic oil to release the park brake and no hydraulic oil to set it, because it's spring loaded. So what you do there is, hang on a minute, I'll be back. Well, we left the Challenger this morning and went to cab over potato truck, an old Freightliner that the alternator seized up and broke the bells, put an alternator and belts on it, and that's quite a chore on one of those easy to get to damn cab overs. Anyway, you guys remember the 6170M that I rebuilt the engine on? Well, the operator, the coolant overflow tank here not too long ago had split on it, and they changed it themselves. Well, their operator did. He touches some things he shouldn't be messing with. Because every time he touches this tractor or any other, you have to come work on it. Well, the main, so I got called out on a 6125R these guys have, that the display monitor on the right-hand console was locked up. And anyway, I went out there to diagnose that. Some guy's dog, come on, get, damn it. Fucking dog running down here beside me. I wanted to let my dogs out. But I know Duke and Daisy might chase that fucker down and kill it. But, anyway, I was in the middle of diagnosing that tractor, and they said go over there and look at this 6170M. It popped a fuel line or something and it won't start. So I went over there and he had everything you could screw up screwed up. Fuel lines on backwards, vents on suction side, filters open, sucking air through it. And I gotta get this one dog, stay here for a minute till this one dog, I get him run off. I just know that dog down there, I just don't need no damn dog fight. I'll show you here. But I came back, I plumbed everything right, and I got it all plumbed right. And see, a lot of these guys think that the lift pump is pushing through all these fuel filters, and that's not the case. Some of these fuel filters on these John Deeres, the lift pump is actually on the suction side of that filter. It sucks through that filter from the tank. So every time, and John Deere will not get rid of these damn vents that they've got on these filter heads. So these guys are used to the old 6400s and 6410s where all them filters were on the discharge side of the lift pump, so they crack the bleeders on them. Well, all they do is airbound the whole system. Anyways, I put this one on here. Anyway, when I looked at it, this whole hose was duct taped. They had duct tape all around this. And I took that duct tape off, and he didn't even get on the back side of it, he didn't even get the duct tape. It was split all over. And I mean, these hoses just don't split like that. And I finally got the answer out of this guy that he had taken this hose off to change. I don't know why he took it off to change that tank, but he did. And he tore the hose all up and duct taped it and basically sucked dirt through this brand new engine. He dusted this new engine. The problem with this tractor that we're gonna do now, we're gonna rebuild the engine again this winter. I finally got it. What I did is I poured about 60% of the oil in it, is that Lucas oil stabilizer, and it helped it quite a bit. At least it'll start. I mean, it's bad enough that you can see what's going on there. I mean, what a shithead. What a fucking shithead. What's going on now is there's a short in this thing somewhere. God damn it. On the AC compressor clutch circuit that's popping the fuse every time you turn it on. Looks like they might be getting along. All their tails are wagging. Duke's not wanting to kill it. Duke's playing with it. Okay, good. Anyway, before the phone keeps frickin' ringing, the guy's calling me about a starter and called me like 4 times trying to figure out how to diagnose it. Anyways, turn the AC compressor on and it pops the fuse. So let's figure out which fuse it's popping again, because I went to Alaska and I was leaving that day and trying to get some of my service calls done because they called me out here for this thing too right before I left. Said the air conditioner wasn't working, and I just didn't have time to trace it down. I had to get on a plane And I just told him, I said, well, I guess, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have time to dick around with it right now. So they hot wired it. That's the way they've been running it. So I think it's this one right here. I do remember on the wiring schematic on the fuse panel, it was one of these. And I think it's going to be the 30 amp one that they've got in there. So I'm kind of wondering with the clutch, let's get a pair of needle nose pliers with the clutch unplugged, will it pop it? It's popped, so let's grab, they've got a bunch of fuses down here. Let's see here. Should be a 25, but it looks like maybe they've used all those. That's supposed to be a 20. Yeah, 20. So let's stick a 20 in there. Here's a 20 amper right here. More motors are nothing wrong. Popped it. Did you see that? But I noticed something. It only did it when I went to high. So let's put one more in it. You son of a bitch. Oh, my mouth's just right. So I get this fucker in there. Camera. So, if I go to high, I guarantee it'll pop it. So does that mean there's something going on with the blower motor resistor in it? So on high speed, basically you should just be going right to the, yeah. So I'm wondering if the cab clutch kicks in on the compressor. I know if I go to high speed. So we've already isolated the compressor. The clutch on the clutch coil on the compressor is not drawing too much amperage for the fuse. We know that it's only on high, so here we go. Let's pop one more fuse. I see, hear that. We're going to be pulling the seat out of this thing. Yep. So it's only on high. It is the, I'm pretty certain it's just going to be the blower motor underneath the seat is drawing too much amperage on high speed, or the blower motor resistor. But see, they got a spud digger on the back of this thing, and I don't want to pull this and tear it all down and keep them to where they can, or they can't dig potatoes. So let me give them a call, see what direction we want to go here. Well, I'll talk to the owner, and they're just gonna try to convey to the operator to not turn it on high speed. Pretty certain it's a blower motor, but they might end up jerry rigging their coil and their compressor again. But and he says, let's, don't want to sacrifice shutting the tractor down for a potato harvest, so I'm gonna keep going, try to get through harvest. A couple more weeks and it'll be done anyway. So I guess I'll go to trying to think where I'm gonna go next. Oh, I got a New Holland T595 that I gotta go to put the coolant overflow tank on and some antifreeze, but I'm gonna have to go clear back through State Line Napa. They told me that they needed to pick up asked me if I could run by there. I said, sure, I'll do it. So anyway, we'll go to the T5 next. What time is it anyway, guys? It's lunchtime, huh? Let's just eat lunch right here. I was putting this coolant overflow tank back on this tractor, right? And this clamp, I dropped it down here somewhere, and I reached in here, and I thought maybe it fell down in, okay, hang on a second, let me turn this Ring shit off. That's my Ring camera at home. My wife's there, so it goes off every time at motion detection. Anyway, I reached down here to grab the clamp, and I thought maybe it fell on the fan shroud, and I looked over here, and the fan's just laying here in the shroud. It's off of the shaft on the water pump. How would it come unthreaded like that? That's very strange. Can I get it back on there without tearing the whole tractor down? Let me see if I can get my hand in here. It looks to be left-handed thread. Still don't see that damn clamp anywhere. Man, they don't leave you one spare inch on these things to deal with anything. Lucky. I wonder how the hell that happened. Somebody have it off and they didn't get it tight, or I can't get my arm in there as far as I can get it. Pretty sure it's left-handed. I'm probably gonna have to take all this shit off the side so I can get my damn arm in there. Yeah, it's left-handed. Man. I'll try from this side. There's a little bit more room, maybe. Here. Well, maybe. I got started on there. Okay. That's interesting. Why would that fan come off of there like that? air hammer.